is called Downpour. The clouds slid around the concave curve of the sky like raised scars or insects beneath the skin. You know what? Said the policeman. It's a damn shame. She was such a pretty girl. Such a pretty girl. The ponderous belly of the sky swelled, pregnant with something dark and shifting that made the sun hide. Her fingers traced the picture reflexively, the continuous motion blurring the edge of the already fading girl. The tears had dried up weeks ago, yet they still demanded, asking for more pieces of her to frame in crisp magazine spreads, dramatic newspaper articles, pieces and pieces, until she was reduced to nothing but the image of a crying mother. Shame rose inside her until she felt like she would retch. She stood. She felt the pupils burning her again, black flames hot in her back. Selfish, selfish, selfish. She could hear them in her head. The picture dropped. I can't do this anymore. The clowns tumbled in a monotone of gray and black, fighting for dominance when they were really all the same. They were splintered in pieces now, scattered across the canvas like paint flicked from a heedless artist's brush. A leaf struck the window close to the teenager's face as she stared out, but she didn't flinch. Beyond the smudged glass was an orchestra of colors, bassoons and basses in the steady background tinge of rust, violins rising up in the sharp red that only lasted for a week at most. They burned with a vivacity that spoke of the desperation of dying, unabashed pretending not to be afraid. Funny that death would come in summer then. She pressed a hand against the glass. She wanted that color. She wanted to taste the shifting yellow in the back of her throat, cry tears of scarlet red. For a second, there was a patch of light, a white so white it promised to burn away the pain and sin and make what was dirty clean again. The clouds parted more, revealing only more bright negative space that had looked like salvation. It was the space between two billows of darkness, where God is supposed to be. The pastor stood, hands pressed heavily against the pulpit, and stared out into the empty chapel. Traffic had slowed back into its usual trickle as people felt their lives start to settle back to normal. His eyes found the small shrine that had been set up in front of the altar. Now, only fresh flowers and yearbook photos were left, and the fresh roses the mother brought every day. It was going back to usual now. People were forgetting. How did God allow this to happen? They are all underneath it, under their own personal world of sky. The policeman looks up and raises a fist into it, as if to grasp the scurrying clouds and squeeze them until they lay quiet as complacent as his town used to be. The mother turns empty eyes at the bursting sky, waiting for the rain to come. The friend watches as the grayness sets off the leaves in flaming splendor and yearns for them to ignite the sodden air, to burn the clouds away until the acid sky shone again. The pastor watches the clouds as the storm distorts the stained glass picture of the Blessed Savior on the cross, casting long shadows across the pews. He echoes the stance in the picture, shoulders down, head bowed, too tired to look for a God who isn't there. I think I want to do something, Mom. I want to meet people, see things. I want to travel the world and fall in love and watch the sun set 1,000,000 times. I want to make a difference. I want to live. The rain comes.
Nice.